Mark chapter 7. True cleanness. One day the Pharisees gathered around Jesus, and with them were some teachers of the law who had just come from Jerusalem. They noticed that some of his disciples were eating their meal with unclean hands, that is, without washing them. Now the Pharisees, and in fact all the Jews, never eat without washing their hands, for they follow the tradition received from their ancestors, nor do they eat anything when they come from the market, without first sprinkling themselves. And there are many other traditions they observe, for example, the ritual washing of cups, pots, and plates. So the Pharisees and the teachers of the law asked him, "Why do your disciples not follow the tradition of the elders, but eat with unclean hands?" Jesus answered, "You shallow people, how well Isaiah prophesied of you when he wrote, 'This people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. The worship they offer me is worthless, for what they teach are only human rules. You even put aside the commandment of God to hold fast to human tradition.'" And Jesus commented, "You have a fine way of disregarding the commandments of God in order to enforce your own traditions. For example, Moses said, 'Do your duty to your father and your mother, and whoever curses his father or his mother is to be put to death.' But according to you, someone could say to his father or mother, 'I already declared Korban,' which means offered to God. What you could have expected from me. In this case, you no longer require him to do anything for his father or mother. And so you nullify the word of God through the tradition you have handed on. And you do many other things like that." Jesus then called the people to him again and said to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and try to understand. Nothing that enters a person from the outside can make that person unclean. It is what comes from within that makes a person unclean. Let everyone who has ears listen." When Jesus got home and was away from the crowd, his disciples asked him about this saying, and he replied, "So even you are dull? Do you not see that whatever comes outside cannot make a person unclean, since it enters not the heart but the stomach and is finally passed out?" Thus Jesus declared that all foods are clean, and he went on, "What comes out of a person is what defiles him, for evil designs come out of the heart: theft, murder, adultery, jealousy, greed, maliciousness, deceit, indecency, slander, pride, and folly. All these evil things come from within and make a person unclean."